This video is about how to install the Sample Data Collection app built with Alpha Anywhere for a concrete mixing truck daily inspection. I'm assuming that you're familiar with the video that shows you what the app is like, and it kind of looks like this. But when you get it, as a zip file, and if we bring up those files, this is what you'll get in the zip file. You'll find a single folder, and if you take the files in that folder, the folder is called Cement Truck, and here you'll have them, and you can copy them into a web project, and I've copied them in here, and you'll see here they are. There's the database, which is just a data file. If I bring it up in Microsoft Access, you'll see that it has what we call the location, which is actually the truck ID, but this was a generic name, assuming that you were doing a survey of some sort or some inspection. You want to know where, but in this case the where is a truck. And here are a couple of them already filled out for this CT28319A and B, and this person, and when the date was, and the truck make, and this just has a few already partially filled out. And those that you're going to need, and you're also going to need perhaps the A5W page, which is used to be able to run this in a local server, to be able to run this for testing, for really using the server like a real remote server and not as a testing server. And here is the actual A5W CMP file, the component itself, and there is a directory with CSS that has the files needed for the alpha theme, which was not available at the time this demonstration was made, and it has customizations made to that theme, and in that case I used a local version of it. Finally, there's a PowerPoint file, and this PowerPoint file, if you look at it, basically has 3 QR codes, a small version and a large version. This you can use. We use this at Alpha Software. We cut these out and taped them to a little wooden model, a little toy model of a cement truck, and different places, and then used it in demonstrations by actually scanning the real truck. This is bigger ones that are perhaps easier for testing when you're testing and using the scanner software that runs on your when you use PhoneGap on an iOS or an Android device. So these are the files that you need, and once you have them in a project, then you can take the CMP file here, this one here, and load it up, and you should see the file ready to go. Now, installing it, there's a little more you have to do. One thing you should do is the main list with data about each of the records. If you look at it and bring it up, you'll see that there is a connection string in it, and this connection string in this case goes to the concrete database.mdb in the same directory. You may have to set that yourself to a name connection string, which should be pointing to that file that is right here. Okay, so and all the rest of this you can leave as it is. You'll notice on here that the names are all used as a lowercase it selects the main name and brings it in like that. So that's one thing you have to do. The other is, if you want to do the full testing, is that it's set with integrated login functionality, and this is checked, and it's set to the login name, which is one of the controls, and login password, another control. And there isn't anything for login errors because it's all handled by the app. And that basically sets up for being able to do it. There is server-side code to handle the login and things associated with login, which we can look at in another video. But you have to, once you've done this, you should set up in the Web Projects control panel, set up web security if you want to use the built-in Alpha Anywhere security, which is one of the ways of doing it. And that's just for, I'm just have it set up here so you can show it using the built-in login and user validation code. There is other code within the product to allow you to write your own if you want. In this case, security is set as active, a password is required, redirect login page, no page, nope, redirect page, insufficient permission, nope, we don't take advantage of that. And in this case, we're using a DBF file. This is the default. Login options, redirect page after login. Also set it to a page that doesn't exist because we're not actually using that. And there's password encryption and the encryption key. In this case, I'm running it just for testing purposes, so I just put in a simple encryption key to be used for local. You should use something better than this. And I think that's all that we actually set here. And user groups, here I created a test@alpha.com as a sample user. You can add users this way, edited, and in this case I have test@alpha.com, and I typed in a password that I use for it that is easy to remember for me. Page security, this is set as always allowed. That I right-clicked, I double-clicked on that, right-clicked on, clicked on this, and then right-clicked and did always allow. And for component security, double-click there, the same thing, always allowed. So that lets it run. And I think none of these have anything special in it. So that's what was necessary to be able to get it set up. And given that, once you have those set, you should be able to do a live preview or working preview, and the app should come up. And when it first comes up, the first time you should come up in a situation like this. You can do a demo login, which uses the demo. You can use the username, where you type in, this uses the simple one where it just looks that the username is the same as the password, but will go up against that database. So for example, if I do jdoe@alpha.com, jdoe@alpha.com, and do a login, you'll see the data that we had on the database that you just installed, that MDB file. If I go to, if I published it, go over to here and published, to the publish of this, which will send the mobile form Symmetroc.a5w and the CMP that this refers to. This is just makes reference to that dialog and shows it. And in that case, we published it to the simple local host. I'm running this, and now if I try to use, let's say, jdoe@alpha.com and do jdoe@alpha.com and do a login. The login failed because that's not in the Alpha security. But if I do test and do the password that I had for it, then it goes in, and in this case, test@alpha.com didn't have any, so it starts fresh, ready for you to click here to create a new one or to hit the new button at the top to start it. So, and I can hit log out to log out, and I will confirm to log out here. So that's about installing it, and if you're going to be using it, if you set it up then with PhoneGap, then make sure that you have the scanner as one of the barcode or QR code scanner is one of the things you've installed, and you have it as a PhoneGap app. You'll be able to actually test it with the QR code. If you print that out, you can just aim it at it, and that should be all set. So hopefully this will help you get set up. In other videos, we'll show you how the code actually works and how you might make changes to it. Thank you.